of that. And I stand by it. I don't believe there is such a thing as hell, but if there was, Andrew Breitbart would, in my opinion, certainly be there in one of the hottest, pointiest corners there is. He'd probably be in the tiki room, where they play nothing but Don Ho music, while once an hour he gets a pineapple shoved up his ass. Andrew Breitbart was a despicable, lying human being. And the rest of you little blowflies buzzing around the decomposing corpse of Andrew Breitbart, trying to get that one last bite of carrion before the whole rotting carcass collapses on you, are nearly as despicable. Schmalfeld uses the rape case as a way to attack Kimberlin's critics. That's the big picture. Oh, bullshit! The big picture here, Fry, is that Stranahan is using the rape case as a method to attack Anonymous, to sell Breitbart Unmasked DVDs. What other possible interest could a self-described journalist who lies about being on the staff at Breitbart.com, he's a fucking stringer. He gets paid by the column. He's not salaried. He's not on the staff. He's a stringer. What other possible interest could he have in the Steubenville rape case other than the fact that Anonymous got involved? Now, if Anonymous had come out supporting the city of Steubenville, supporting the football team, supporting the coach, supporting everybody, Stranahan would be up there carrying signs and wailing about the poor beset upon rape victim. He'd be talking about, where's the justice for Jane Doe? As he sells DVDs of Breitbart, of Occupy Unmasked, or as I like to call it, Occupy Unwatched, on the courthouse steps. That's the big picture, Fry. It's only a small part of the much, 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 much bigger picture, which is all you little Breitbart blowflies and the way you work together against a common enemy. Now here are you, Fry, on the public tit, getting paid by the taxpayers of Los Angeles County, and there's some state and federal taxes going to pay your salary as well. Here you are tweeting and blogging on government time, plotting with Liberty Chick, Mandy Nagy, and Aaron Walker, who continues to lie in his column about the reasons why he was fired from his job. He wasn't fired because Brett Kimberlin attacked him. He was fired according to a written memo by the man who fired him because he was a shitty lawyer. We have the memos. We have the emails, Fry, of you and Liberty Chick and Aaron Walker and the execrable Seth Allen, the cowardly little prepostericity, collaborating and conspiring to bring down Brett Kimberlin and make millions of dollars in the process. Oh, there's going to be more on that story coming out in the very near future, Patrick Fry. If you still have a job, which we'll discuss in a bit, you'll have an opportunity to talk about that. Paterico says in his tweets, Schmalfeld once admitted that he investigates people like me and Lee because we criticized Kimberlin. Again, a lie. A blatant, bald-faced lie. It's either a lie or you're stupid and don't know how to read and should not be a deputy district attorney. What I said, Paterico, is that if you guys, all you little Breitbart blowflies, would just realize you've been beaten, if you would just realize the jig is up, if you just realize you've spent your last donor dollar trying to frame Brett Kimberlin, then maybe some of these investigations against you would stop. I didn't say I'd stop investigating. I said some of the investigating would stop. But as long as I smell corruption coming from a public official, I will investigate. Fry. And then you wrap up by saying, quote, I will believe absolutely any idiot thing I read on the internet as long as it confirms my prejudices. Signed, Typical American. Well, it's nice to know you understand your readers, Fry. It's nice to know you have a handle on who's reading your columns, who's reading your blog, and who's commenting on the things you write. If you don't mind, I'll stick with the truth. Or at least the truth as far as I'm able to ascertain. I reached out yesterday to Lee Stranahan, as I always do before I publish anything about him that's even slightly controversial. I asked him for his comment. He, in so many words, told me to go fuck myself. Now, I'm not going to let a good story sit just because Stranahan doesn't want to comment about it. So he gets an official Stranahan refused to comment, and the story moves forward, as you will see in the next segment of the Old Uncle Bastard Show.
Oh, Lord. Former journalist R. Stacey McCain is rooting around in the garbage again. No doubt looking for empty beer cans to suck the last few drops out of. While we tend to this crisis, listen to these messages. Say, boys and girls, are you tired of all the other kids picking on you because you dress like a street urchin? And how about you, young professional, who gets to wear casual clothing at work? Do your co-workers dump their coffee on you, or intentionally pee on your leg in the bathroom or elsewhere because your clothes are not cool, hip, and with it? Are you starting to seriously consider bringing a loaded firearm to work or to school to put a permanent end to all this being picked on? Well, nieces and nephews, your old Uncle Bastard has the solution to your problems. And nobody has to die. At least, not yet. Just change into dry pants, without all that pee on your leg, and log on to www.cafepress.com/olduncle-bastard. That's one word, Old Uncle Bastard, and there, you will find a wide assortment of bastard gear, guaranteed to make you the coolest kid in the 8th grade, or the sharpest fellow or girl in the corporate mailroom. And what fun you'll have! T-shirts, hats, sweats, mugs, stickers, and hoodies in case you need to conceal your identity. And say, won't you be the most popular fellow or girl in the junior class when you show up at the high school basketball game, under the bleachers, with your very own Old Uncle Bastard whiskey flask? I'll say you will. So, what are you waiting for? To get the shit kicked out of you again by kids who dress better than you? To have your leg urinated on again by your co-workers? Because of your Ponzi, puffy, Hello Kitty t-shirt? Stop the senseless bloodshed. Stop the senseless improper urination. Log on, immediately, to www.cafepress.com/olduncle-bastard. That's one word. Old Uncle Bastard. And discover the world of popularity that can only come from the sartorial splendor of wearing this fabulous, wonderful, bastard gear. Bring your credit card. And if you don't have one, Steal one from mother or dad. They might be mad at first, but tell them. It's better than your alternative plan, which would be a story of national tragedy that would be discussed on the cable news networks 24/7, and their names would be mentioned over and over again, and that would be just about it, as far as their membership in the country club is concerned. This way, nobody gets hurt. www.cafepress.com/olduncle-bastard. You'll look and feel splendid. Nobody gets hurt. And your parents get to stay in the country club. And isn't that better for everyone? I'll say, it is. And you can trust me. I'm a computer-generated voice. Would a computer-generated voice lie to you? Goodness. No. Heavens, no. Turns out it wasn't our Stacey McCain in the garbage after all. It was a large rat. Easy mistake to make. Although we do wonder where he got the hat. Anyway, problem solved. And we're back with more of the Old Uncle Bastard Show.
Has anybody noticed if our Stacey McCain is missing his hat? Because I think I know where it is. We're back. This is Bill Schmalfelt, the Liberal Grouch, the Old Uncle Bastard Show. And it was right about here we had to bail out on our first try today because I lost my network connection. So keep your fingers crossed. We're doing fine so far, and we'll hope to not have any more of those broadband burps that happen from time to time. I got my new Huawei smartphone yesterday because, well, I am a grouchy old bastard. I'm also a member of the AARP and take advantage of that consumer cellular deal. But I got to have me a smartphone. So I got that Huawei, and I tell you, I'm loving it. And one of the first things I did with it yesterday was download that Stitcher Radio On Demand app. So I went to sleep last night with the dulcet tones of me playing in my head. And it's not just my show. There's tens of thousands of other podcasts and radio shows and various other sorts of things you can listen to on Stitcher. And the beauty part of it is you don't even need to be connected to Wi-Fi or to a cell connection. You can be out in the middle of the Mojave Desert and still listen to whatever is available on Stitcher. Go to Stitcher.com, figure out how to get your copy, download it to your notebook, your pad, your iPhone or Android phone, and you'll be thanking me for it later. Now, back to the subject at hand today, in the confidential informant telling me that there may be a criminal indictment coming, or at least an investigation by a grand jury into the activities of Lee Stranahan. And you may ask, well, how do you know there are charges on the table against Stranahan? And my direct answer is I do know because I filed a couple. I asked them to look into his raising money under false pretenses. I asked the Dallas police to look into his collection of pornography because some of the models appeared younger than 18. Now, these things don't happen overnight. And my informant tells me that they have a number of complaints made against Mr. Stranahan, and they're taking their time with it. They're building their case, and when they're ready, if they feel they have enough, they'll proceed with a grand jury investigation. This is not my fault. This is not my creation. I didn't make this up for the website. It's true. And for all the bluster, for all the bullshit thrown at me by people like R. Stacey McCain, like Aaron Walker, like Ali Akbar, like Michelle Malkin, and like, Assistant District Attorney Patrick Fry. As much as you guys throw at me